All right, good afternoon, everybody. We've got a lot to talk about, so we'll get to it. I'm gonna switch windows here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Give me a second. Why is it? No, that should be showing up. Hold on. There it is. Okay. First, we're gonna go over what happened in the College World Series so far. And so for those of you who don't know, there's two sides of the bracket. There's the left side and the right side, each side with four teams. On the left side, I was favoring Florida State, but I thought Tennessee was a decent backup narrative. And I thought the narrative for Florida State was that they were going to lose their first game to Tennessee and then make their way through the winners bracket and win it all. They did not do that. They ended up they lost on Wednesday, which had 49 date numerology, and they finished the season with 49 wins. They fell their seven. They fell to 7-2 in the tournament this year, losing that game 7-2. I'll talk a bit about the first game between UNC and Virginia. That game is a very interesting hint for who I think will win the College World Series, which I'll talk about in a little bit. I said Florida was going to get at least one win because Gators equals 26, and they were on 25 all-time College World Series wins. They didn't win their. I thought they were going to win their first game against A&M. They did not. They won their second game, and then they even won their third game. Kentucky, not really sure too much about them. Same thing with NC State. Texas A&M, which I will talk about in a bit. They are 8-0 in the tournament so far. They are undefeated, and there's something that I missed about them. Well, I shouldn't say I missed, but it's just I didn't really think too much of it when I saw it. Their manager, Jim Schlossnagle, his name equals 166. The tournament, or sorry, not the tournament, the College World Series started on the 166th day of the year. Their side of the bracket started on the 167th, as you see here, but they started playing in Omaha on the 166th. His name equals 58. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Um, Also, Texas A&M Aggies equals 131, the 32nd prime. We'll get to that, why that's important. And there's one other thing that I can't remember now, but with that said, I'm going to switch tabs here. If I can find it now. Okay. No, this is it. Okay, here we go. This was the first game of the College World Series. And as I said in my stream last week, I said the first game of the College World Series is always a hint for who's going to win it all. And when I saw this, I saw it was 3-2. Okay, and I was thinking that because there's a very interesting riddle with the former Florida State manager, Mike Martin. He passed away earlier this year. He died on the 32nd day of the year, and the final score of this game was 3-2. And I think is either North Carolina or Tar Heels. One of those equals 77. Florida State Seminoles also equals 77. It's the 77th tournament. And I thought, ooh, I think that's a ritual for them. But looking at it now, final score was 3-2. And as I just mentioned earlier, Texas A&M Aggies, 131, the 32nd prime. And remember, 32 is a huge number with Texas sports. And just to show you, I do think that so Texas A&M is here in College Station. Now, where is Washington on the Brazos compared? Yeah, it's not too far away from College Station. Is it? Yeah, it's a 30-minute drive, so it's probably the closest major university. I mean, College Station is probably the closest big city, if you can call College Station a big city, to where the Texas Declaration of Independence was signed on March 2nd in history. So that's something that's interesting. And we just last night, we had the death of a former Texas A&M football player. and he was born on November 7th. That's the day leaving 54 days left in the year. Now let me show you. Just want to show you Texas A&M's record this year, 52-13. That means if they win 2 games, they'll get to 54 wins on the season. And their former running back just died on the 50, or their former running back who was born on the day leaving 54 days left in the year just died. And 54 is a huge number with baseball. Baseball is 54, forwards and backwards. And last year, 2024 LSU. Last year, the College World Series champions LSU. Is it going to show me their record? Yeah, wait. Oh, how do I want to look at last year's schedule. Hold on. How do I change the year? 2024, 2023. Last year, 54 wins. The year before that, it was Ole Miss. Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss Rebels is 54. And when Ole Miss won it, it was... Shoot, let me see if I can remember what day it was. It was probably June. It was June 26th. Right, it was June 26th, 2022. That had 54 date numerology. Sorry, I'm just going to go back to this because this date will be important for what we'll talk about in a bit. Anyways, Darren Lewis. He's dead at age 55, right? Dead at age 55. I'm going to switch windows here. Okay. Here, all right, this is the updated notes. It's just Tennessee and A&M. Dead at age 55. They now call it the Men's College World Series. That equals 257, the 55th prime. Tennessee Volunteers, that equals 257, the 55th prime. And and in regards to 54, if it goes to game 3, the College World Series will end on 54 date numerology. And also another thing that's interesting is they're saying that if Texas A&M wins the College World Series, it will be their first major men's national championship since 1939. That was the Texas A&M when Texas A&M won the national championship in football. And of course, they won their first game of that season, 32-0. I just talked about 32. But yeah, they won that. There's probably something here because I know that when the Cowboys won their first championship, there were also 27 combined points, and it was played in the same stadium, at Tulane Stadium. I'm pretty sure if I Super Bowl. Yeah, so that's interesting that the Texas A&M's only, well, I don't know if this is their only national title, but it was their most recent national title. And then they won it in the same stadium that the first time that an NFL team from Texas won the Super Bowl. How many years before? That was 1940. This was, yeah, so that was 32 years apart. Yeah, go figure. Not a surprise at all. Then remember that was Roger Staubach's 32nd game played. In regards to making a prediction for this final series between Tennessee and A&M, this one is a little bit. If I were to make one prediction, I would say that Tennessee wins the first game today, and then Texas A&M lose, or and Texas A&M wins the next two games. I'm not sold on. I am leaning towards A&M in to win this series. Something that if Texas A&M wins both games, Tennessee will be 8-3 in the tournament this year, and Texas A&M does equal 83. Actually, something that's very interesting about Texas A&M is that let me just where'd it go? Hold on. Not bad. What's going on here? Okay. Something that's interesting about Texas A&M's gematria that I noticed. Texas A&M 83, and it's the exact same as my hometown of San Jose, which is kind of interesting. Um, it's probably just a coincidence, but I mean, it's not. It's not, I don't think it's actually that much of a coincidence, but because, as I just showed you, Texas A&M Aggies 131 32nd prime, and then San Jose was founded on the day leaving 32 days left in the year, and 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo, and Texas Independence Day is 3/2. So maybe it's not that much of a coincidence, but it's they're connected by the same Jesuit web. That's the point. Okay. Also, as I showed you earlier, this is so Texas A&M has played 65 games this year. So tomorrow will be their 66th game of the season, right? So Darren Lewis just passed away. And Darren Lewis 128 and 56. That is the same as the Satanic Church. Satanic Church 128 and 56, as you see there. Oh, I already had it up. Sorry, my bad. But 120. And remember, the Satanic Church was founded in 1966. Texas is 66. Just to show you here, Satanic Church. Yeah, 66. And Church of Satan is also, Church of Satan has the same thing, also 56. Yeah, and he was dead. When did he die? 216, is that right? On 260, yeah, 216, 21/6, 216. And remember, that's just to show you here. And then 21 times 6 is 6 times 6 times 6. And then you have the guy whose gematria equals Satanic Church dies on 21/6 right before Texas A&M plays their 66th game of the season. And also back when, I talked about this in another video, 1983 Texas Longhorns baseball. Yeah, Texas A&M baseball, they won Texas baseball when they won the College World Series back in '83. They won 66 games that season, and then this guy died 83 days before Texas men's basketball was eliminated in the Elite Eight that year. So this is a little bit of a tangent, but the last ever game that this guy coached, I'll show you here. Oh, no, that's not. How do I actually see the? Okay, well, the point I was trying to make is the last ever game this guy coached was a postseason loss to Miami, and the most recent College World Series that he had won was in 1983, and then he died 83 days before Texas men's basketball was eliminated by Miami in the postseason. I mean, they connect the sports. Same university, different sports, same script. Just like here, he might be a football player, but same university, same connections. And yeah, so A&M about to play their 66th game of the season, and 139 days. Oh, and also, yeah, dead on 71/35, so very Catholic day to die on. 193, that's the 44th prime. Kill 44. I'll just show you. Catholic, 7135, 7135. 139 days before his birthday. Freemasonry, 139. That's the 34th prime number. I don't remember if there was a 34 connection with this. Oh, Tennessee does equal 34. That's the opponent. And then from his previous birthday, it was 227 days. And 227 is the 49th prime number. And 49 is 7 times 7, like this is the 77th 77th tournament. And yeah, 139 days before his 56th birthday. Satanic Church, Darren Lewis. 56. I wonder if Texas A&M plays Tennessee in football this year. Yeah, they said he died from, I forget, what's the gematria of cancer? Yeah, cancer 44, dead on the day, leaving 193 days left in the year. I want to see if A&M plays Tennessee in football. No, they do not. Okay. I did notice that they did play Tennessee once at the beginning of the season. Or sorry, not at the beginning of the season. It was actually towards the end of the season in the SEC tournament. That was, what, a month ago? 30 days ago? So we'll have to see if that factors into this thing at all. But I did want to check one more thing. What was... And it's something that's interesting. If Texas A&M does go 10-0 in this tournament, that will be a very interesting hint for who could win the MLB World Series. Well, we can probably talk about that afterwards. But yeah, and then you have Tony Vitello, the Tennessee manager. His name equals 66. Like Texas A&M is about to play their 66th game against him, 66th game of the season against him. Oh yeah, Volunteers is also 56, like Church of Satan and Society of Jesus. Just down the road from where Texas Declaration of Independence was signed in 32, and what is it? Texas is 188 years old now. Yeah, it's been independent from Mexico for 188 years. I actually want to see how old Texas A&M as a university is. How old is Texas A&M? Let's see. Oh, they played Santa Clara. Yes, they played a Jesuit school that year in 1939. Did that in San Francisco. I'm trying to think. October 6th is the what day of the year? It's the how many days left in the year on October 6th? There's probably something symbolic about this game about Texas A&M playing the Jesuit school. I'll have to look into that more. But anyways, Texas A&M University, how old are they? It's 148 years old. Not sure if there's any significance to that. All right, well, we'll see what happens. We'll check in on some of these games. We'll check in after tonight and probably after Sunday night as well. See how the games go. As I said, I'm leaning A&M. I don't know if it's going to be in 2 or in 3, but I think it might be their year. We'll see. And I do kind of have a vested rooting interest in A&M, not because I really know, I do know people that went there, but more so because I just don't like University of Texas, and University of Texas does not like Texas A&M. Obvious reasons why I don't like University of Texas. I've already talked about their dorm and how they named it after, it's at 201 21st Street, and they named it after a guy who died at age 56. I won't support that stuff. All right, we'll talk to you later.